Well, I have here Mel from Token.com. Hi Mel, it's great to have you.
Hello Tan, pleasure to meet you.
Absolutely. Why don't you give us a brief introduction about yourself, Mel?
Yes, so I have been in crypto for so long, and I really believe it still can change the world. It is going to change the world, but good consumer experiences need to be built for it. And we're building one at Token.com. So this is my 12th year in crypto. I've built another big company already called Monolith, and this is kind of the next way we're going to change the industry even for the better. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: how much Ethereum gas fees have you paid so far in your life?
Well, that's a great question. A very painful answer, unfortunately. I think we've spent maybe $2.5 million in gas fees over the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, 8 years, I guess, in Ethereum.
Isn't that a problem that everyone in the industry faces?
Yeah, I mean, like the earlier you were in the industry, the worse it was, right? There was this period in 2019 when gas just went through the roof. It's a lot better today, thankfully. But yeah, gas is a painful subject for sure.
Absolutely. So tell us about Token.com. What do you do? How did you start? Why did you start?
So Token.com is basically a next generation mass market crypto investing app.
Okay.
Right? So we're like Coinbase, but not like Coinbase. We look wildly different, but we are trying to help all the ordinary people out there get into tokens.
Okay.
And the way we're doing that looks a lot more like TikTok for tokens.
Okay.
Like it's unlike any app in crypto you've ever seen before. I can bring it up to show you in a second, but like basically we think that we're going to a world where there are millions of tokens, where tokens are so abundant, they permeate all of society, and in that world you need a new type of app to help you find the tokens that are interesting for you. Just like how YouTube does the same. There are millions of videos uploaded every day on YouTube, but YouTube only shows you the 10 or the 100 most interesting videos, right? Well, we're trying to do the exact same thing for tokens. And so it literally it ends up looking like an actual feed, right? Where people can just browse from one video to the next, where the token is attached on the video at the bottom. And then when you see something that resonates with you, you just tap to invest like this, just like that.
Did you just invest $300 right now?
Yeah, I just bought $300 of render just for the demo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. And then it'll execute in either a DEX or a SEX, and there you go. It's done. And the cool thing is that when you buy, this tells our system that you like this token, that you're interested in this type of creator and this type of token, and then we improve the algorithm for you, right? So over time, it means that whatever you're interested in, whether it's DeFi today or in the future, maybe rocket companies, right, that are trying to take us to the moon, you will see the investments, the tokens related to your interests.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: is it that you are getting creators that are creating content related to a specific token, or is it that content creators can monetize and attach their content to a specific token and get paid in that token?
It's actually both. You're correct on both counts. So ultimately, the idea is that when you log into Coinbase today, as a normal person, you don't know what any of these coins are, right? They all have interesting names, but apart from that, Coinbase doesn't tell you anything. Well, instead, the reality is that each of these tokens has a passionate vision behind it, has some team behind it, has like a story for why they're trying to do what they're trying to do. Yeah. Some stories are a lot better than others, right? Yeah. But we're trying to build an experience where the story is central. And we allow the token projects to tell their story, right? So if Uniswap has a new update, right, they can directly post it in our feed, and all the people that might be interested in Uniswap will see it, right? It'll be at the top of their feed. But like communicators, like influencers like yourself, right, tend to do an even better job of communicating the stories for token projects. So we're really also a platform for KOLs, for influencers, to help tell the stories, just like how you're helping me tell this right now. This exact video, in like a short form, right, like a 1-2 minute snippet, could be on our platform with our token attached, and people could invest if it resonates what I'm saying right now, right? We're trying to do that for every token. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as playing in devil's advocate, why should anyone use Token.com as a content creator or as a user themselves?
Yeah, well, ultimately for the user, we are saving you time, right? I like my normal life in the real world, right? I dread the idea that the next decades of my life I'll be with my nose in Twitter and in Discord and in all this stuff trying to find the next token, right? I want an app that understands my interests and can just deliver the most interesting tokens to me in the form of a feed. And all I need to do is, do I like this? If I do, I tap to invest and move on to the next. So we are saving you time. In 10 minutes, you can potentially go through hundreds of tokens in our app that otherwise would take you, a whole week on Twitter.
Sure.
And for content creators, right, and for token projects, for token projects, we're a way to get discovered. If you're a new GameFi project, it is so hard today to get seen by people, but on Token.com, you know that you can post and you will be seen by people who like GameFi, right? And if enough people like it, it has a chance of rising to the top.
Do you also do the ICO? Are new projects able to list themselves on your platform for the first time and fundraise that way?
Yeah, correct. I mean, we have so much to build. That's the reality. There's so much to build. But absolutely, we are really here to support the long tail of tokens, right? There are so many fascinating visions, but the way things work in our industry today is only the biggest things get any exposure, right?
Yeah.
But that's not where the real innovation is happening. Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell me one thing, what is something that you guys are doing at Token.com that everyone ignores and no one is taking notice of it? However, you have worked really hard to work on that, and I think the public at large doesn't appreciate it as much as you would like them to, or you would have envisioned them to, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're really just trying to build an experience that we can give to our friends and our family when they once again get interested in crypto, right? And this time, we hope that they don't just, for the bull market get interested when the price is going up, but that they actually stay, because it's through tokens that new businesses, new concepts are being funded all the time, and everyone can discover these concepts and fund them. Investing should be interesting to everyone, but because our market today is very stale and we don't do any of the storytelling, it hasn't changed much in the last 10 years, but we think we're really trying to make it a lot more accessible. Yeah.
And why Paris Blockchain Week? Why did you choose Paris Blockchain Week to be here?
I mean, it's one of the biggest events in Europe, right? Absolutely, and it's very professional. There's a lot of KOLs here, right? A lot of influencers, and we're a platform to elevate their story, right? To allow them to have even more impacts in the world, right? And yeah, like we're here to meet excellent people and have media interviews like this one. So.
Absolutely. What's your one message to someone who didn't come to the Paris Blockchain Week 2024 and perhaps missed out and is watching this in a week or whatever later time?
Well, tokens are still here to change the world, right? Like, don't get demoralized by the fact that meme coins have now kind of taken over the thing. They are just an early sign of things to come. Okay. Tokens will come to represent everything, and everyone here at this conference is working very hard to make it happen, and it will happen. It just takes grit.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question, and you cannot answer with your own company as the answer.
Okay, yeah.
From a lot of startups that you have seen here, which one startup do you see here that is going to revolutionize the world as we see it within the next 10 years?
Right.
And it cannot be your own company.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's a very good question. Like, I'm not sure. Can I answer with something that's not here?
Sure.
So, like, I guess the companies that I'm like watching most closely, because this is kind of the area that I'm trying to innovate as well, are the companies that are figuring out how to bring tokens to the masses. And the two that are interesting right now that like we're looking at is obviously Farcaster, which I'm sure a lot of viewers have heard of already. They're a decentralized Twitter kind of competitor, and they're doing some very interesting, unique things.
Sure.
And then and we're like directly to integrate them as well, that you can log in with Farcaster and see what all your friends are investing in. And then the second is Pump.fun, which is innovating the fact that it's not just professionals that are creating tokens, but anyone can create a token. And though today it is meme coins, right? In the future, it ultimately will be basically any idea or concept that can be funded overnight, and a real company can be spawned.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, is there a last message you'd like to give to the viewers who are watching this video?
Please go to token.com, download our app if you can, and we're going to change the world, and we really, really need you to do it. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Tan.
Maybe you'll see MSJ on token.com.
Absolutely, that's right. We'll gladly have you on board.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tan.
Thank you very much.